Hi folks, I'm in one of my oregano patches today, and I wanted to show you a little bit about it. This is not it. This is I think this is bed straw, and I'm guessing the name comes from the time where folks used that on their beds as part of their bedding to sleep on. I'm pulling these not necessarily weeds because they're lovely dandelions, not because I hate them, but because everything more or less has a place, and I don't want bed straw or dandelion or whatever, or really anything in my oregano patch. Not that I particularly love oregano. I love all spices and herbs, but that's not why if you know, I don't like saying weeding out, but tidying it up, but because here I have so much bed straw growing everywhere and so much dandelion growing everywhere. I just don't need it to be also growing in my oregano patch. I want my oregano patch to be my oregano patch. Anyway, oregano. It's mostly, the highest, I think, for highest potency, the best quality, I suppose, if you're going to be buying. What's happening here? Aha, you're making a little nest in there. You need to get out. Is from Mediterranean, but I think in particular the Greek variety. And they're the most potent, and what it is that to identify them, actually, I'll show you how you can identify them if you're going out to buy some oregano to plant, so you don't get gypped, I suppose. There are even wild strawberries growing into this. Their leaves, the Mediterranean variety, the Greek variety, this is fuzzy, but they're really fuzzy. I wouldn't even say they're fuzzy. They're like hairy. All around this, the edges, bottom, top, this is kind of velvety, and you can smell it, but theirs is so much more pungent and potent. And so obviously this is one of those spices that when you dry them, they become more pungent. I would say don't bother so much yourself. These are from last year, these stems, stalks, whatever that you see, and when these dry. Oh, I just pulled one out of root. Now I guess I'm taking that in to dry. Speaking of drying it, you don't want to ever dry, I would say, any of your spices, herbs, I should say, in direct sun. A lot of herbs and spices, and this is no exception, are very heat and light sensitive. What that means is that if you're buying olive oil, you have to make sure the bottle is as dark as possible. It's beautiful to be able to see what's inside that you're buying, but they're very heat sensitive. That's why olive oil, you really should never really, if you ask me, heat it up. You should eat it directly, dip your bread in it, put it on your salad, but never heat it up, never fry with it. It changes its molecular structure. It smells so good. So when you harvest this, hang it somewhere in your house that's dry enough that it has enough sun, but it's out of direct heat of the summer sun. Never hang it outside. It has many uses, medicinal uses, in addition to what I was just saying. What I put it on is I mix it, dry it, mix it with, let me go this way, with basil, and I put it on my pizza after after my pizza is out of the oven. You see what I'm saying about not heating it? And if you're making spaghetti sauce and you want to put it in your ragu, or the spaghetti sauce, that your homemade spaghetti sauce, I would say don't necessarily put it in when you're reducing, boiling, preparing, whatevering your ragu sauce, because it should probably honestly go in after your sauce is cooked. And that's how you can preserve, if you're getting it for its medicinal uses. If it's just for flavor, then yeah, go ahead and put it in any time. The best of the two worlds is, if you want, you could try putting half of it while you're preparing your sauce, and the other half at the end when you're jarring, you're canning, whatever. I mean, how many uses this has, I can't tell you. You can make tinctures out of them. You can, for respiratory, candida. Um, you can infuse them with olive oil. I mean, honestly, this thing is pretty potent and powerful and really good for so many things. When the flowers, if flowers are gorgeous, kind of a purple, light purple color. Maybe I'll take a picture of it when that happens. And this can get tall, maybe 1.5 foot tall, or maybe this tall, and that's when it flowers. It likes hotter areas. There's rocks behind me, so if you wanted to plant this, if you have a rock garden, this would do well there. And it likes heat and sun, full sun. And this is the south side, so it gets a lot of sun from our south side, this patch. And actually the other patch too, but it's covered by some trees, so it doesn't get as big as this. It gets almost as big as this, but only this gets even bigger. Like I said, it gets to be this bushy and big. Very healthy. You can infuse it, like I said, in olive oil. You can get alcohol and make tinctures out of it. That one you can't drink. That one you can't eat. You have to really dilute it. It's usually sparingly. Boy, when you after you dry these for like the flakes, if you go to an Italian restaurant, none of the old style. I haven't been to any restaurant for so long, I don't even know if it's even done like that. But they used to have these big, short, stubby, clear jars, and with the big lids, with the big holes in them, so the big flakes can come out. That's brilliant and gorgeous to look at, but you can't store them in that like that, because they're so exposed. Because it's a clear jar, they're so exposed to light, and so it's maybe different in a restaurant setting, because you can fill them as you need them, little jars. Whereas opposed to right now, where they are now. I think the grader is coming. We live on a dirt road, and so they go to grade the road from time to time. I think that's it. Not sure if that's it, or that's one of our farmers getting their hay. I missed it. Should have looked sooner. Once you dry them, keep all your spices and herbs away from light. Doesn't matter how little light it is. They'll lose their intensity. They'll get really lighter color than the deep green, vibrant colors. And also certainly out of the heat. So out of light and out of heat source. What I mean is, don't keep it. I know you might want to keep it near your stove, so when you're cooking, it's right there. It's convenient. But then that heat of your stove, your oven, whatever, can really affect it. That's odd that truck came at that time, because otherwise, this is what you hear. We live so remotely that when you hear something, a truck or a tractor go by, it's an anomaly. I also give these away to friends, folks that come, and if they come to volunteer or whatever. But one day when I have my cooperative, intentional community, whatever, I would like to have an apothecary because I already have and I already love all spice and herbs and flowers and make things out of them anyway. So why not have an apothecary that's dedicated uh, to such things? And now is the time to harvest. Not really springtime. Today's the 5th day of June. Now is the time to be harvesting these things, really anything, because they're the most potent at this time. Later on in the year, not so much, but now is the best time if you're harvesting. Anyway, I hope this was hopeful. I hope this was useful to you. Now you know a little bit about oregano. Smells good. Oh, the parts that I pulled out by accident.